If you go to the gym, most likely you do it to be perceived as good looking by random strangers on the street. Well, except if you are a strong man and don't really give a shit, because there are other goals there. But in this video, I'm going to tell you which muscles are the most important to train in order to look as aesthetic as you possibly can. And also comment down below your thoughts on these takes. Now, let's get started with the most important one, which is the side delts. These are the ones that you should give most attention to because they set up the V-taper look and your body's proportions. And a lot of visual, subconscious way people judge by how big you are is a two-factor model. One is just how broad your shoulders are. It's probably the first thing that people subconsciously notice about you. If you see someone with really big arms on the street but narrow shoulders, you'll probably think to yourself, that guy got really big arms. But you won't be like, that guy is really big. But if you see someone with really wide shoulders, you'll say to yourself, is this guy on gear? Even though they might not look as jacked, but that wide frame really hits you. Now, factor 2 is how it relates to your waist. Because however the size of your waist, if the shoulders are bigger, it will make it look smaller and again setting up that V-taper look. So if you have a big waist and big shoulders, you are considered as big. But if you have a big waist and bigger shoulders, then you are big and jacked. But here's a problem that a lot of people run into. Even I had a problem with this back in my day. But the real deal is about how often should you hit your delts in order to make them grow. Well, you can go as low as 2 times per week and as high as 4 times a week. Especially if you really can make them grow, I recommend more frequent sessions. You can train these muscles as frequent because they barely get tired. Reason being that there are small muscles and they recover quickly. So you can pump in them a lot more weekly volume that you can in your back, for example. As your shoulders grow, you're going to feel wider and wider, and that's gonna make the biggest change in your physique. Now, the number 2 muscles that make you look the most big, without a doubt, are arms, and you can probably guess why. The appearance of big and jacked arms really give you an aura that makes people view you as powerful, serious and big. Not as the effect of shoulders, of course, but still. You've ever seen a bodyguard without big arms? I know I haven't. Same as special police and enforcement. Big arms demand respect. You might talk differently to a person based on his arms because it also makes you look more masculine than you actually are. If you have broad shoulders and skinny arms, you'll probably be perceived as hot TikTok boy. But if you have big arms on top of that, then you are a warrior, my friend. Now, in the number 3, and keeping in the theme with the masculine look, we have the chest. The armor plate vibe you get from having big pecs can be replicated or fake. It's the real deal, and how guys size up and compare each other. The pecs are gonna give you a huge boost in looks and in masculinity. You've got big arms and big shoulders, but a small bony chest. People are gonna assume that they can break you in one punch. And by people, I mean gym bros. You see, having a huge chest is like having a big shield. It's the same for arms and sword. That's what I meant earlier by giving you that masculine look, combining with the arms. It might also mean that you have a big heart, but you'll be the judge of that. And so, by having big delts, big arms and big chest, you are golden. But what happens if you have to turn around to get something and then people look at you from behind and then they see your back and it looks kind of like an empty birdcage? It feels like something's off, something's missing. Should be some parrots in there, some life back there, you know what I mean? If your back is small and the rest of your body is jacked, people are gonna judge the fuck out of you. It's like you don't have a big enough back to support your manhood. So for the people that are behind you, getting a big wide back will exaggerate your V-taper even more and make them perceive you as huge, especially in clothing. If you've got a nice fitted suit or a slim fit t-shirt, people are gonna really admire you when you turn your back. And so, big back, big deal. It establishes that presence from behind and even to your front to some extent. If you've got all the previous muscles in order, they might flare out in the front, again exaggerating that V-taper look. Now, bonus point if you want to look big to big people, not just regular folks. You should consider getting a thick back. That thickness just makes you look strong and it also has that masculine energy to it. And so, people who know stuff and see that you've got a huge, thick back will acknowledge that you are the real deal. Again, shoulders, arms, chest, and back. These are the muscles that you should prioritize more in order to look jacked. But if you don't know where to start, how to structure your program, and how to train in order to achieve the physique of your dreams, check the link in the description. And also, consider subscribing while you're at it. And so, I hope this video gave you great insight on what muscles makes you look the most attractive. Until then, have an amazing day.